Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your girl French Manila here, and today we're back playing a map called It's a Beautiful World. We also have a couple other maps lined up on the same wavelength. We've got A Beautiful World and A Beautiful World, all by different map creators, but what we're trying to do today is just see a bunch of different beautiful locations and see how close we can guess. Now, some of these locations might not be official coverage. I read the descriptions and some of them might have walking trekkers or things like that. So, if we don't get a country exactly right, well, at least it gets to see some beautiful nature and scenery. So, let's jump right into the video. All right, first up we got It's a Beautiful World. All right. I mean, it's very flat land. There is a bunch of grass and trees in the back. This road's a little cracked. What kind of houses do we see in the back? Like these triangle houses. Can we get over there? We cannot. I feel like initial vibes I'm getting are probably South America, maybe? Okay, never mind. We're getting Cyrillic, so Russia. Um, yeah, I feel like there's no reason to not guess here. I'm feeling more over this way, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's actually not a bad guess at all. So, we guessed Russia, and we were actually pretty close there. We guessed by this lake, and we got 4,000 points, and I feel like that's pretty good because Russia's very wide, and obviously if we guessed over here by Moscow, we wouldn't get very many points at all. So pretty good there. Oh wow. This is super red and sand, dirt. I mean, I'm not 100% sure of where this could be. We see red bollards with yellow tape. And I don't know if I know what that one means. My initial guess is somewhere in South America. I think because I feel like red dirt, I always think Brazil. Although Brazil is also such a huge country, so it could just not be there. Um, what am I thinking here? You know what? Let's just. Oh, could it be the U.S. too? I don't know. Low-key feels like it'd be something in this region of the U.S., Nevada, Colorado, Arizona. But I don't know if we have as big mountains or hills like this made of, rock and sand or whatever. So, what are we thinking here? Let's look at the car. Alright, there's a white car with bumps. If I saw a white car without bumps, I think I would think Chile because I know Chile has exclusively that white back part of the car with no bumps. But they also have other cars. I mean, I don't think we're gonna be able to get a really close guess here. Which instinct should we go with? I'm gonna low-key guess in this region of the US. Okay, so it was Argentina. So we're not close at all, but that's okay because we got to see some beautiful hills and mountains. Ooh, okay. Wow, I actually really like this. All the rocks and then the trees and the mist. It low-key looks like a Bob Ross painting, that type. If I zoom in here, right? You got the trees, the gushing water, the rock on both sides, and then the clouds coming in. It's so beautiful. Okay, I cannot see this language, but I see this red cabin here. I feel like what this is reminding me of is Canada, maybe. Just from the trees and I guess the coldness coming off the mountains, maybe the water. I can't see the language, so I don't know, exactly where we are. I'm gonna guess somewhere over here. Okay, so we're in Russia again. Um, we were near a national park, but we were way, way, way in the mountains. Right here. All right. Okay, yellow middle line. Do we recognize these poles? Left, left, right. I feel like, is this Argentina again? This might be Argentina. Okay. It was Russia again. So it seems like 3 of our 4 rounds so far have been in Russia, and they've all looked completely different. We got a really good score in that first round, but not so much on like the third and fourth rounds. Let's see if we can get better on this fifth one. Okay, this one I think is a little bit more doable. I'm feeling, I don't know, like Italy initially, maybe? Could it be like France or something? Okay, so we see English stop sign. Schwarzmüller. That's giving like, Switzerland, Germany, something like that. We have unlimited time here, so we're kind of just appreciating all the scenery around us. So even if we don't get a super close score, we get to see some cool places, which is really cool. Top BA, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Hmm. I don't know if Bosnia and Herzegovina has official coverage in the game, although I know there's some unofficial coverage in this map. There's 5 stripes. But I don't feel like we're there, even though the what's it called? The truck had that URL. Can we get a read on the language? I'm feeling like Slovenia maybe for some reason. Somewhere around this area. Let's see if we can keep looking and finding anything. You know what? I don't think we can. Okay, okay. So we got the wrong country. Technically, it was in Croatia, but we were pretty close. I mean, we got 4,900 right there. So not a great score. We got 9,000 out of 25,000, but let's keep playing and see if we can see any more, cool or beautiful locations. Today's video is kind of just like a lot about, fun and vibes versus like getting precise 5Ks or competing with people. Okay. Olbia San Manteleo. SS. I don't know what SS means. SP. I mean, SS and SP feel like Spanish. Olbia San. Olbia. Although this doesn't feel like, like Spain or something like that. I do see a blue strip license plate. Petra Bianca. Okay, so I think we're in Italy. Sarda advertising. Could we be in like Sardinia? Where is Sardinia? Is that here? I'm gonna guess over here by Sardinia. Okay, nice. We were in Sardinia. Okay, very rocky. Very cool. Long winding roads, which low-key kind of scare me because I would not want to drive on these. We see these like black and yellow like chevrons on the right, the yellow turn signs, which I know are more common in the Americas. So I think like South, North America. Although, let's see if we can get a language on the sign here. Rio do Rastro. Okay, so I believe that's Portuguese. So I'm gonna guess up here by in a state of Para. Okay, so we got the right country, but it was the wrong state of Brazil. We're in the state of Santa Catarina. Footpath to Feabe. Okay. And we see a lot of grass, maybe a lot of like sheep farmlands and stuff. Some mountains. Giving nature a home. Ground nesting birds. Hmm. Okay, so we're in some sort of English speaking country area. Whenever I see sheep, I think New Zealand for some reason. I feel like New Zealand sheep is like low key a meta. Obviously there's sheep everywhere, but let's see if we can get any other clues. I can't really tell if we're driving on the left or right because it's kind of a very narrow road here. But if we can get that information or like a plate to look at, I think that would help us narrow it down a little bit. We don't need like a perfect score here, but I would like to get a little bit close if possible. Okay, so we see this like truck, which I feel like is like a US truck, and we see yellow license plate. Um, so that would indicate to me like, somewhere in the UK or possibly Australia, although these houses are looking more like UK houses to me. So I think I'm gonna guess like maybe near Wales. Okay, so we were in the UK, but we were in an island up here off of Scotland, maybe. Um, in the Hebrides or Hebrides. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay, wow. This looks like the kind of mountain you'd see, like, like on a water bottle, how they have, like, like a little picture of, like, glaciers and stuff, or, like, mountains with snow behind, like, the brand name. I feel like this is exactly what this looks like. Like, if I zoom in here, you would see, like, not like Evian, but, Poland Spring or some other sort of water brand with this as a background. Okay, so we see a lot of trees here, some snowy mountains. Caban. Cabanas. Okay, interesting. We see kind of whitish outer lines. We see Spanish sign. Yellow, like, I don't know what you call them, turn signs or whatever. Pare, which means we're in South America, not North or Central. Because I know they use alto there. Bonito, bienvenidos, sueño, entrada. Oh, Patagonia. Hold on. Okay. I feel like, is Patagonia that's like part of Chile, right? I am not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's like in Chile, somewhere like a region of. My best guess would be somewhere down here where it's more like snowy, but I should find like a road probably to guess. Maybe I'll guess here. Okay, so it's a little bit more north, and it was in Argentina. We got 3.2K, which is not bad. Wow. I like how this river's kind of like green blue. And we see these like really green mountains in the back. Lots of people on motorcycles. Very beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at these bollards. So we see the black tip with a red strip. I feel like that means I remember the black tip bollards in like a European bollard map. I think it was like Switzerland or Austria, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Slovenia too? It was like one of these three. I don't remember exactly which one is the one with the red strip. So we see this word Soka, which does not indicate to me Switzerland. So I think we can roll that out. So I think it is either Austria or Slovenia, but this also doesn't look Austrian. So I'm going to guess in Slovenia here. Okay, nice. 4.8. Wow, we did really good there. Way better than our first round. We got 17.8K. Let's do this map one more time and we'll try out the other two beautiful world maps and see all the different places that they have. I mean, wow. Okay, so we see these like red roofs, a big beach like city, and we can't move. I mean, what are these like houses and buildings looking like to me? I feel like we could be in like Portugal or something, like a place with like, like big beaches, some elevation. The architecture kind of reminds me of there, and it's like blue thing. I don't know what this pole is. Is it Brazil? Hmm. I'm gonna go with like my first guess and go with like a, you know, Porto. Okay, so we were in Portugal. We were a little bit further south though, in Nazaré, which is okay. 4.4K is pretty good, especially for no moving. That was kind of just like, we had a vibe. Okay. Are these like horse stables, maybe? And then we see some hills. A little, I don't know what you call it, step, like ramp thing, maybe for the horses into like a truck. Um, hmm. What kind of animal is this? Like an oxen, maybe, with like the little horns, I think. Some hay bales. I see stop sign. I think could this be the US? We see stop sign, like the vegetation, mile. Okay, we're definitely in the US because Canada would use kilometers. Where in the US are we? We don't need it exactly right, but I think that we could possibly get close here. It definitely does not feel like East Coast to me, so I'm gonna rule that out. Like it feels like somewhere up here, Montana, Wyoming, maybe one of the Dakotas. Speed limit 65. Swiftwater, RV Park, Salmon River. And this like black sign with yellow dots. Hammer Creek. None of this seems very familiar to me. I'm gonna go with Montana and see how close we are. Okay. It was in. Was it in Montana? Oh, shoot. Okay, I think we're actually in the right state, but it looks like No, no, no. Sorry, we're in Idaho. So we're one state over, but we kind of got the region correct with the Northwest up here. So, not horrible. Wow. I really like seeing like rippling like water and stuff. Super clear. Okay, we're near some sort of like sports arena, so a big enough city to have like, a football team or something like that. And it was in Cyrillic, so we're in some sort of country with that base of a language. Um, okay, we see the Russian flag all over this sign. We're somewhere in Russia. Okay, we're at a stopping point here. I don't know where a lot of like Russian teams are located, and I also can't read Cyrillic. So I'm gonna guess that if they had to have like a big team, it'd probably be more over here. I'm gonna guess just in Moscow. Okay, it was St. Petersburg. That makes sense. Are we in a helicopter? Like we are literally way above the water. Um, Probably makes more sense if this is like drone coverage or something, which is pretty cool because this water is really like green blue. Um, we see beautiful mountains and so many trees. White middle road line, people driving on the right side. I think that's a Swiss flag. I mean, and with the watercolor and the trees, I would guess Switzerland. So let's find like a big river, maybe, or lake. Um, I'm gonna guess here. Okay, 4.6. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm seeing these like trees with like very bushy tops. Um, we're currently on a small bridge. Oh, we're on a beach. Okay, can we head back to the road? Um, give way. Okay, so we see these signs are in English. Hold on. Red bollard, red bollard. I think this is a New Zealand bollard. And we're on the left side of the road, so that would line up. I'm gonna guess here by Westport. Alright, 4.1. Not horrible. We got 19K again, which is a pretty good score. We're gonna move on to a different beautiful world map, and we'll be back shortly. Alright, heading into a beautiful world made by another person. Let's see what locations we get. Ooh, okay, water. And like a rocky area behind us. Red and white, like road signs, I'm thinking, or I'm seeing. Open. Okay, we have EU license plates, so somewhere in the EU or owned by the EU. Okay, I see TF, which I feel like is one of those like islands off of Africa, maybe owned by Spain. Is it would Tenerife make sense here? Um, I know LP is La Palmas or Las Palmas because I had that in a game a couple days ago, like some random duel. I'm gonna guess here. I think we're good here. Okay, right. 4.9. We were on the money there. Okay, we have the ring around us on the top of us. Um, lots of trees, lots of mountains. Cannot read that. I think there was like a little sign there. Su Gudu Guruthon. So maybe is this Spanish? What are we vibing here? I'm thinking, could this be Spain? Hmm. I'm not entirely sure. Could this be South America? Let's take a look at the vegetation around us and try to get a better guess. I mean, very rocky. I don't recognize like the ring coverage around the top. It's either a meta I don't know or unofficial coverage. Um, you know what? I'm gonna guess Spain, and if we're wrong in South America, then we've learned something new. Okay, we're in Italy actually, in the Sardinia area, which I think we had on a previous round of a different map of a beautiful world. All right, huge lake or river here. We see mountains, English road sign, meters, so not the US. And we see white outer lines, which makes me think like Australia. Can we get maybe like a bollard or pole. Okay, hold on. Go back. Do, 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 do. Okay, so this red like strip on the back of the pole, but not like red all the way around, I think is indicative of New Zealand. So I'm gonna guess here again. All right, perf. 4.8. Wow. We keep getting these like really beautiful like lakes and rivers near mountains, which is pretty cool. White dash outer line. Yellow blurred license plate. What are our initial guesses here? Okay, looks like we're in like Norway, I think, and we have like some sort of road. E30 something. We got the E100s here, E6. I'm gonna just plonk it here near a park. Okay, not horrible, 4.2. Okay, big rocky mountain, double yellow in the middle. Lots of trees. These kind of little trash bins on the side of the highway. White outer line. Yellow road sign. Driving on the right. I think I'm just gonna plonk it in Brazil and see how we do. Okay, not bad. Right country, but wrong state. 2.2. Okay, we got ATK. Let's play this one more time, and then we'll move on to our final A Beautiful World map for the day. Okay, so these are pretty unique mountains. They're like brown with green, like moss or vegetation on them. These really huge, like power, like line things. I don't know what you would call them. We see meters, so not the US. Right side of the road, ski lifts. I guess currently I'm thinking like South America. Um, okay, never mind. Pitesti, Palayalak. Why that low key feels like could it be um like Romanian maybe? Pitesti like the TI. Oh, Pitesti's right here. Okay. Hold on. And then there's like a lake. Do you see Balealac? Golesi. Like the language just feels like Romanian. I can't actually like read it or like I guess I can read like the location names, but I can't like translate anything is what I mean. I'm just gonna guess here in Petesti, and I think that'll be pretty good. Okay, 4.7. I mean, this is a really cool hill, and we're near some like rocky water. Um, Left side of the road, I think. More Dare Bridge. Okay, English speaking. Can we get a bollard here to help us out? White outer line. I'm thinking like Australia or New Zealand, but I don't know yet which one. Because this definitely does not like vibe like the UK. .58 mile marker. Or kilometer marker, I guess. Hmm. Lots of animals. Or Orutula Bridge. I mean, based off of this, I feel like is that potentially like the Maori language? Like maybe more New Zealand is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna guess here. Okay, so we're in New Zealand, but we're in the Northern Island near East Cape Road in up here. Okay, cool. Failed to load the panorama. Try again. All right. Really lush green mountains. Japanese language, yellow license plate, yellow middle road line, white outer. So, a mountainous area of Japan. Let's zoom in over here. Where are most of the mountains? Looks like there's a lot up here. Maybe we'll guess. Is there like a water lake here? I'll guess here. Sure. Okay. It was a lot more south near Nagano. And it looks like there's this like river, Azusa River, that we were near. Black back of the truck. Sun above us. Right side of the road driving. Lots of like, are these oxen or just cows? Edo state government. Um, is that in Nigeria? Would that be? I don't think are these like the Abuja rocks? I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna guess over here. Okay, so we were in Nigeria. Um, we were more southern though. All right, not a bad score. Ooh, I mean, this like just is so pretty. And again, I think we might have had like a similar location before because I see like the very snow-capped mountains. Hmm. 18 red. Okay, right side of the road driving. White dashed middle. I don't see color on the outside though. Um, Uber oltre. Maybe we're in like Switzerland? Uber. Because that low key looks like, I don't know, maybe like Italian and German. Um, let's do a plonk. Okay, nice. We were actually in Italy, though, it looks like, but near the border of Austria, which makes sense when we saw some of the Uber with like the is it the umlaut that has the two dots? I think that's what the name is. 19K, not bad. Let's move on to the third map. All right, we're playing our last A Beautiful World map. Let's see how we can do and see what pretty locations that we see. It's loading in. Are we on a bike? Oh, we can't move. Um, that is cool. Okay, so we see these really like lush mountains. I feel like I don't remember where this is, but I think this is in South America somewhere. Some wheat. I'm gonna guess like North Arge. Okay. So not South America and not even the right hemisphere. We were in Laos. All right. Okay, very like dusty red. A lake here. I mean, these mountains, we can't really move around, so I'm gonna guess like near New Mexico, I feel like. Okay, we were in South Africa. Not our greatest start to a map. We got two zeros in a row. Okay, so people skiing, so somewhere snowy. These barren, like, maybe they're like pine trees or something. Way back, I mean, honestly, we could be anywhere, I feel like, with snow. I'm going to go with Canada? Somewhere where would like a where would people ski? I don't know. Maybe I will just guess up here. Okay, we were in Switzerland. Um, and we were near the Matterhorn. We got 100 points though, so infinitely better than our first two guesses. Okay. We see snow, like a snowed over lake, is like a waterfall, rocky formation. I feel like this could be a lot of places, but like what am I thinking? Like maybe like Iceland has like a lot of waterfalls and rocky areas. We'll guess up here. Okay, we were in Iceland. That's cool. Okay. Very, very mountainous. I think we're at like a summit of some sort of like island because there's water all around us. Maybe somewhere like here, like the top of an island. Okay. So we were in actually an island in Korea, Songinbong, um, between Korea and Japan. All right. We got 7.5k, which doesn't feel like a great score, so I kind of want to end it on a little bit of a higher score. So let's try this one or two more times and see if we can beat 7.5k on this map. Juventus. They're wearing an Italian soccer or football jersey, whatever you want to call it. Um, I mean, this could really be a lot of places. Wait, did they say Italian? Is this Italian? I think so. GoPro. Um, I'm gonna say this looks more like maybe like North America than like South America or Europe. Okay, never mind. My instincts were very off there. We were in Bulgaria. Okay. Oh gosh. um, flat, flat green land. I feel like this looks like where you could have like shot Lord of the Rings, like some of those scenes where they're like, doing battles and there's like tens of thousands of, like orcs, elves, whatever. So for that reason, I'm gonna go New Zealand, but that is my only instinct here. Okay. We were in uh Kazakhstan. Okay, people on vacation. Um in this like stone, I don't know what you call it, hotel. Um I'm gonna guess like Italy, I feel like, or Greece, like somewhere around this area. Okay. Our instincts have just been really off for this round. I think we've gotten like less than like 2,000 in each time. Okay, so we see really tall trees, a person canoeing, big lake, green area. My initial thought is like Eastern Canada. Okay, it was Alaska. um, big rocky mountain. A lot of water. Not a lot of place or like cities or vegetation here. I honestly don't have a clue. I feel like I'm gonna guess Croatia. Okay, not horrible. We're in Greece on an island in the Mediterranean. Kythera, maybe? So 2.8k, which I think we got zero on like two or three of the rounds of this one. So let's do one more. We'll make this our last one no matter what. We're hoping for a 10k or above here. Let's see how we do. Loading and loading. Red Bridge. Blue sign. Like a river. Rocky. These kind of trees. White car. Triangle sign. I feel like this is Russia for some reason. Maybe I'm seeing Cyrillic on the sign. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna guess here. Okay, we were in Russia. We got 2.2k. Not bad. Oh gosh. I kind of hate when I get this coverage and it's like diagonal or like, on a stick or something, because then I'm like, ah, it's a little tilted. Okay. So I think this might be the same guy that we had in a previous round with like the Italian shirt and the Juventus like hat. And I think that we were in Bulgaria, so I'm gonna guess there again. Okay, it was the same guy, same coverage. Slightly different place though. Very green mountains. I don't know what this pole is. At the top of some summit, I feel like. I haven't a clue. I'm going to guess Peru. It was Sri Lanka. Okay. This little red tinned roof. Um, Very beautiful like lake or river though. Like I really like this like dark teal blue. Very rocky mountains. I'm gonna guess South America, Argentina. Okay, we were in. Was it Tajikistan? Okay. I don't think I've ever seen Tajikistan, and it might be unofficial coverage, and that might be why. Wow. Drone coverage again, or helicopter coverage, whatever it is. This is like the bluest blue I feel like I've seen in Geoguessr ever so far. I really like this. Wow. I'm not really sure where we are, but honestly, I'm just taking in all the beauty because this is so cool. Um, I'm gonna go on an island in Greece. I mean, I'm not really sure where we are, but yeah, this is just like the vibe I'm getting. Okay, we were in Turkey. Not bad. All right, so we got 10k. Definitely a better round than our last round. Thank you so much to everyone for watching all the three maps of It's a Beautiful World that we played today. Comment down below what your favorite location was that you saw in this video, and what other maps I should play in the future. So don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla, and have a great day.